Hey, it's Lon with Walkin Rollin Costumes, and I'm here to show you our latest creation, the Frozen 2 wheelchair costume. So when we ship a costume to a child somewhere in another state or another part of the United States, we usually take it completely apart, and yes, there is some assembly required. So here is what the Frozen 2 sleigh costume looks like in pieces. And when you get it, you'll unpack it and you'll see all these different pieces. You've got things from the frame that goes around the wheelchair to the paneling that decorates the frame, some more of the frame, some wheel covers with lights and snow, and of course Sven, along with a belt and a couple bungee straps to attach him to the frame. So these are all the pieces that it takes to build the costume, and what you will see next is us putting this all together so that you can put it on your own wheelchair. All right, let's get started. So the first step in building the Frozen costume is to use the pieces of the frame for the wheelchair. So we're going to start with, these are the pieces. You've got 5 pieces here, and I'm going to show you how to assemble them. Now, this piece here is the front. So we're going to take each of these, and they all connect with these little screw-on PVC pieces. So you can easily just put them there, twist it, and it screws it right on. Then we have another one. It'll be the other side. Same thing. Screw it on until it's tight. And then this one that has the 2 little white lights on it, this will be the back piece. And you're going to attach it in the back. More screw-on PVC pieces. Do that on both sides. Make sure that the lights are facing backwards so you know that you're putting it on the right direction. Good and tight. Now the last piece, this is a part that goes down to the base of the wheelchair. Now there's Velcro on one side, not on the other. You want to make sure the Velcro is facing out to the back. And these little white pieces, white sections of the PVC, is where these snap in. These are just little saddle PVC joints, so they can snap onto these. Sometimes they're a little hard because they are tight once they're on. Put that on both sides. Make sure you don't pinch your fingers when or your hand.
It hurts.
It hurts. Now the nice thing about those, because we didn't know exactly where the little girl's bars were going to be, we knew how far apart they were, and we knew they were back there, but we didn't know exactly how far forward and backwards. Because of these saddle joints, you can actually take a rubber mallet hammer or even a regular hammer and tap it forward, and these will actually slide up and down the PVC pipe so that you can line up the bottom just perfectly with the little girl's wheelchair. Okay, the last part of the frame is to attach the front part where Sven will be. Now we have this cradle part that goes underneath his belly, and then we have the legs, the stand that goes down that has a couple caster wheels on the bottom. Now you'll notice there's a little hole here and a little hole here. That is where these 2 will attach. And you want to line them up so that we can then attach a screw. This is kind of, there we go. So after you get these lined up, you put the screw in. And that will secure it in so it doesn't come out later. And then it attaches to the rest of the frame with 2 more of those screw type PVCs. Just slide them on. Screw those on tight. Make sure they're nice and tight. And now it's ready for Sven and the rest of the costume. All right, so here is the frame completely put together. Now we've added it to this white stand that you see here. This is just for display purposes. I'm going to show you where it would actually attach on the little girl's wheelchair, but that way you can kind of get a sense of how the frame's supposed to look. These front two bars right up here, they've got the zip tie that's wrapped around it. Those would actually attach. I'm using Reese's chair as a visual aid. They would attach on this pole and this pole. So the little PVC pieces sit right on there, and then you wrap the zip ties around that, and so that locks in the front part. And then the back parts, actually, on the little girl's chair that we are building this for, these green bars here actually extend out quite a ways. They come out about this far. And so those back bars actually sit on top of that and do the same thing as the front. You use zip ties and attach them. And so that's how we got to look the way it does. And so once you get it attached to a wheelchair, it's going to be about the same height as what you see on the stand. So that's what the frame looks like, completely put together, attached to the little girl's wheelchair. All right, let's see how we put the rest of it together. So the next sections are going to be these panels that we have painted, and they've even got wood grain along the edges so that it looks like it's got some wood frame to the sleigh, and snowflakes and hand painting materials. Then this front panel is actually two panels that are attached together. So if you notice, it's just got a lot of Velcro on the back, and so we're just going to Velcro it to the frame. So it's quite simple. You just line up the Velcro, fold it over, and then we'll put the other panels on. Now the front ones do have this extra section, which is just an extra piece of Velcro that attaches these two pieces together. So one's going to go there, and then you just attach that on the back, and that holds those two corners together. Do the same on the other side. And then the back. Just looks like that. We'll put the back right on here. And there are all the panels ready to be finished up. I think there's only one major piece missing, and here it comes. Okay, so now we're going to put Sven into the costume. So this is Sven, and we've created this kind of little cradle for him. And if you notice, there's even two little spots for his front hooves to slide into. And they just slip right into those two spots. And this bar goes right underneath his belly, right in front of his hind legs. And he kind of rests up against this front pole where we've got some black felt to protect it. And kind of rests right in there. Then we have these two little cords. They're elastic cords with a big plastic ball on the end, and we use those to secure his feet. So you take this and you kind of wrap it around the wooden board at the bottom, and then you bring the ball around his foot and hook it on like that. You do the same thing on the other side. And that helps keep his feet down attached to the wooden board that has the wheels underneath it. Then we also have a decorative belt that we use to go all the way around his belly. And this will also help secure it to the frame. And of course, it's just like a normal belt. And there you go. And now Sven is secured to the costume, ready to go for a sleigh ride. All right, so the last step before we finish the costume is to add on the wheel covers. Now these covers have a lot of snow and ice across them. But what's also cool is there's a light inside. But these are just on a hard plastic, and they have Velcro straps on the back that stick to themselves. So what you do is you basically center it, and obviously it's a little harder on the actual wheelchair, but to show you, you then take the straps and you wrap them around the spokes and attach them 4 spots around, kind of center it so it doesn't slide around too much. And then once you finish that, it looks like that. And that's how you put the last 2 wheel covers on, and that should be the finished costume.